Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. That jump's crazy, man. But, he got to take that, though, man. Pause. He got to be the one that be responsible because he vouched. You know what I mean? Like this is real right here, man. This is real deal action right here, man. So, end up calling Baldhead and them on the jack across the yard. You know what I mean? So I told him to go ahead and send that jump, and I asked him, did he hear about us going on lockdown? He said the kitchen workers over there said, yeah, we probably be going on lockdown the next week or so. You know what I mean? So anytime it's a week or so, you got to be on point. You got to be on point, man. So like it's already probably about Wednesday. You know what I mean? So like slowly but surely, like, I'm trying to like get my to make sure I ain't out back. You know what I mean? So Thursday, bro, send them spoons down there. So when he sent them spoons down there, I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna turn up right now. I was able to not do that. Like, I don't have to sell my immediately. I was like, I'm not even finna turn up right now. I ain't finna get popcorn, no spoons to sell. I ain't finna get popcorn, no feces to sell. I ain't finna do nothing. I'm not even finna tell nobody. The only person gonna know about this homeboy Matt and my homeboy, my homeboy Matt and my homeboy. They the only two that's gonna know about it. I got this, so I tell them. You know what I mean? So we ducked. We had smoke. The Richmond boys messing with some loud pack. A couple sales down from mine, so we disguised it. Went up with our jank. You know what I mean? Nobody was asking no questions. So we all come out in the pod, we all lit. You know what I mean? So we like, man, we don't know what we gonna do. So it's Thursday. So I told my man, I'm like, yo, bro, like we might gotta tell bro. And I was like, man, cause for real though, bro, they come back with some surprise job. My man was like, no, I don't tell him yet. He was like, cause it's Thursday. Like you think they gonna lock down on Thursday? I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to be safe. I ain't trying to get caught with the joint. He was like, nah, I think you should, if you gonna tighten up, I'll tighten up on early Sunday. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, that make more sense. So I went on the chill. I didn't expose what I had, and I slowed down. I wasn't messing with it. So I went on and took me a spoon out. You know what I mean? My homeboy, he ended up buying a spoon. Then I looked out and I had something to the side for Matt. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna send it to him while we was on lockdown. Like when we see the dude passing out the trays, I was gonna hit him off then. You know what I mean? But it won't no rush. I had me something the whole time to hold me down. I held me a little bit of that Hank, them roll-ups. I put a little bit of that in the cut, and I'm straight. So I was ready for the lockdown. So when the weekend came, on Saturday, I wasn't really doing that. So on Sunday, that's when I pulled up on him. You know what I mean? I had pulled up on Zoe. I told him to call his cousin down there. So he called his cousin down there. I was like, yo, look, bro. As we was talking, my homeboy come in the joint. So he come in the joint. So it's us four in the joint now. Matt went in there. So I'm like, look, bro. I said, man, we might be duct tape coming up on Monday, bro. So I'm just trying to tighten up. He was like, what's up then? I was like, look, this the $50 right here. I said, this bro $50 right here. So this is $100. You know what I mean? I was like, look, I got this right here. I pulled out the bag. So when I pulled out the bag, he was like, hey, man, you got some more to wrap that up with? I was like, yeah. I was like, it might stink a little bit, bro. I said, look, I'm gonna wrap it up again for you. I'm gonna get it right. But I'm just letting you know now, go ahead and get the spot right. Cause we gonna go ahead and use the jank, bro. You know what I mean? So my homeboy was like, yeah, look, man, I got some valuable items, man. I need these joints to be taken care of. So he was like, bro, I got it. He was like, I got it, man. He was like, man, I know my cousin vouched for me, but I know y'all don't know me like that, man. But like, I ain't with no BS, man. Like, I'm just trying to get some money, man. That's it. I ain't got long left. I'm just trying to get some money. So he was like, all right, man, look, you can get some money. Like, just keep us safe, bro. And like, everything else is good. You know what I mean? He was like, all right. So y'all ready for me now? He was like, yeah. So we was like, we're gonna meet you at your cell. He was like, all right. So it's always like, I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk, man. Like, y'all rocking with me, man. He was like, y'all gonna see Big Cuz, man. He official. Y'all gonna see. We like, all right, we gonna see. You know what I mean? So I give it to him, man. So we go upstairs. So me and bro go upstairs. I give him my work. My bro give him the phone, and bro give him some cash money to hold. You know what I mean? I ain't even asked bro how much it was at that particular moment. You know what I mean? And plus, I didn't even know bro gave him the cash money. Bro said the cash money was inside his flip phone. Inside, like where he be hiding his phone at, like in a little tie-up bag. He said the money was in that joint. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he was gonna tell bro or not. You know what I mean? Don't get me to lie. I just know bro had told me that later that day that, you know what I mean, that he had some cash and the phone. You know what I mean? So we gave him everything, y'all. We hit him off with everything, man. We gave him the $100, 50 from me and 50 from bro. We didn't want to gamble and have nobody else money and like, nah, I need to worry about my own stuff right now. So we gave it to him. So like I say, we gave it to him. So when Sunday night rolled around, we end up coming back out for the late wreck. Usually they'll lock us down. We'll miss that last wreck. It didn't. We came back out for it. You know what I mean? So everybody was chilling like, yo, you know what? Might as well just let them keep that junk just to see what Monday gonna bring. Then next thing you know, when Monday rolled around, we won't coming back out, y'all. So boom, people was out there with them trays. That means one thing: you are on lockdown. You better be prepared, man. And I ain't gonna lie. I woke up that morning, I felt like something was going on. I felt like something was off. We wasn't going to chow yet. They ain't popped these doors. That's what was off, man. I felt good to relax, man. They had a Sopranos marathon on A&E. I was like, I'm about to lock in. I'm about to lock in on this right now, man. I'm about to lock in on this right now and just chill. I got feezies. I got the roll up game. I'm chilling. I don't gotta worry about nothing. So I was like, man, I'm chilling, man. And the stuff is put up. So I'm feeling good. So I go to the door and look, you know what I mean? There's a couple dudes calling names, somebody panicking, you know what I mean? We're gonna hit Matt off later with the feezies though. Like, I'm gonna just chill just to see what's going on, you know what I mean? So we just chilling, man. I was good that first day. It was cool. The police passed out the trays that first day, so Matt didn't be able to get nothing that first day. But the second day, they ended up letting somebody come out, pass out the food. So when he passed out the food, that's when I had to send him the feezy. Long story short, man, they did the shakedown just like any other shakedown. Everything went straight. Them people, Jack Bauer and all them, the people that wear the black, them people came up in the junk, man. They was hitting certain rooms. They didn't even hit my room. And I thought they was probably gonna hit my room, but they was hitting certain rooms. They didn't come across anything, but Jack Bauer was opening up all the lights. He was opening up all the lights. So every cell, that's what he do. He come in on shakedown, and he's fast with that. Yeah, he know how to take the junk down fast. You know what I mean? They was checking lights, but they didn't go inside his old cousin's cell, Jesse. They didn't go in his room. I was sitting there like, yes, man, like for real. I felt good. Like I didn't want to jinx it. They keep looking over there like nothing. I just stayed in the bed. This is my word. I stayed in the bed. They did the whole shakedown on the bottom tier. When I saw them going on the top tier, I looked and seen the dude Jesse and the white dude, his roommate, sitting down in the chair right by their cell. You know what I mean? Jack Bauer nowhere near them. Jack Bauer hitting the red team dudes. You know what I mean? So everything went smooth, y'all. I promise y'all. So they leave our block. They leave our block for a couple more days. For like 3 more days, I think they let us off lockdown on Saturday. You know what I mean? But we was out in the pod. We didn't have wreck or nothing. But we was back. We was back, man. First thing we did as soon as we got back, man, as soon as we came off lockdown, man, we sent Zoe to go get the stuff. Like, we didn't want everybody to see me and my man going to get it. So we sent Zoe to go get the stuff. So Zoe come back with the stuff. You know what I mean? So Zoe was like, yo, when y'all finish, he said, meet him in my cell. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, that's what's up. So we meet him in our cell. You know what I mean? So after we got straight, everybody go down to Zoe them cell. So when we get down there to Zoe them cell, cousin was down there. We opened the door. He was super happy. He was like, told y'all, yeah, that junk was sweet, man. That junk was sweet. He was like, man, you know what? It was a dude, man, that used to be on Lawrenceville, man. He told me the same thing. Like, if you ain't hot, they ain't messing with you. I said, bro, listen, man, I done been on this camp a minute, and that's what I see. If you ain't on fire, they ain't messing with you. You know what I mean? If they hear about you, they coming. If they think they hear about you, they coming. So I was like, bro, this junk's sweet right here. He was like, man, look, I told y'all, man. He was like, man, get some more customers. I was like, man, I don't know about that. I don't like being responsible for nobody's stuff. I was like, for the time being, bro, look, if you need something, bro, just holler at us, bro. You know what I mean? Just holler at us, man. So when he gave my homeboy, he was one with somebody, Zoe was handing my homeboy back the bag that had the phone and the money in it. The dude Jesse was like, man, you should have told me you had cash in there, man. Yeah, man, you know, you should have told me you had cash, man. He was like, let me know everything that's coming in the room. He was like, how you know I had cash? He was like, because when I was grabbing it out, I felt it in the bag. I know what cash feel like. You don't think I don't know what cash feel like? My homeboy was like, well, man, look, I ain't tell you because I feel like what I'm paying you is enough anyway. You said $50, right? He was like, yeah, but look, though, this is what I'm saying. I don't mind. That's why I was trying to tell y'all to bring some more people so we can get some more money. He was like, because on the institutional play, ain't no reason why I shouldn't be making $400. I'm like, yeah, that's only if you let a lot of people know about your spot. I said, you can't do that, bro. I said, what you rather have a few dollars and deal with us? Or you rather deal with everybody and don't have no money because you in the hole, bro? I said, what you want? He was like, no, I mean, I told y'all I want y'all to facilitate. You know, y'all facilitate the play. We was like, man, look, we straight. You know what I mean? We ain't got to do all that, bro. I was like, but furthermore, though, like, you straight, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. I was like, look, you got, go score. I was like, go score. You ain't got to do nothing with me and my man. Do you with the jump, bro. I said, and if you need something, bro, come holler at me. I got you. I said, because it might be other times that we gonna need the spot. So he was like, man, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot, man. I appreciate y'all. You right. So we docked up and that was that. You know what I mean? I was back in the room, man. I went in the cell and grabbed me some receipt paper, y'all, and rolled up game, y'all. So boom. I had to get some of that la-la in my system, man. Once I got that la-la in my system, I was able to think clearly again. Next thing you know, a knock at my door. Hey, where's that? Where that? Where's it? What's up? I'm like, hey, bro, I'm about to come out, bro. I'm like, man, matter of fact, corn. Hey, popcorn. Hey, holler at me, man, when you finish, man. Popcorn hop off the dryer. Ugh. What you want, man? You don't want nothing, man. You start walking around the table. Popcorn get to walking like that. He already know I got some la-la. He did a la-la walk. He was like, he get round. I'm like, yo, look, me holler at you. I told dude, I said, I'm gonna holler at you in a minute, bro. Give me a second. Popcorn coming to jump. I was like, hey, look. I said, back up one of these spoons right here, bro. I said, look, man, you already know the routine. Down the middle, man. You know what I mean? This down the middle, man. He was like, how many you think I'm gonna get? I said, man, you gonna get a lot. So don't beat me, popcorn. He was like, you already bagged it up. I said, man, I just told you to bag it up, man. He was like, oh, I got you. He was like, I'm about to go hit one first, though. I'm like, man, I don't care what you do, man. Just make the money, man. Get everybody off my back. He was like, all right. So popcorn dip out. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, I do popcorn. People call him popcorn now. You hear me? Well, I'm chilling. So I'm chilling, man. I'm lit though, y'all. You know, you know what I mean? Like this, I'm super lit. I was gagging to mess with it to get the rest of my la-la. You know what I mean? Now I got it. Like I'm lit. I'm feeling good. One of them jumps. So I'm just in the pod, just chilling, man. So my man came over there with the jack. So when he came over there with the jack, he was like, you need to use the jack. I was like, not right now. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm good right now. Plus I was too lit. I was just chilling, man. So he like, man, that joint's sweet. He was like, that joint, we got a sweet spot now, Weezy. I was like, shh. I said, bro, that joint and his Zoe cousin. I said, man, that's wild right there. I said, man, look. I said, man, what you think? I said, you think we should charge people and holler at people? He was like, nah, bro. He was like, cuz I ain't gonna be responsible for nobody. He was like, bro, listen. He said, man, look, I'm about to try to make this play though. He was like, but I might need your help though. I was like, my help with what? He was like, man, look. He said, that money that he got in there, he said, man, that's $500. You know what I mean? He was like, look, I might know somebody that got a roller, man. He was like, but the nigga want 1,000 cash. I was like, 1,000 cash? I said, what this nigga gonna bring back? This nigga gonna bring back the La and some Jordans, goddammit? He was like, nah, bro. He was like, it's a she. He was like, she want a band. She charge a band. This wasn't too much to believe. Like, it won't like I won't believe in this shit that he was telling me, because I'm telling y'all, man, like, Lawrenceville be jumping. Like, if you really want somebody to move, that used to always be my number. Like, if I ever have it like that, I'm going at people like, yo, if I want to get me a roller, like, I'm like, I got 1,000. What's up? Like, how you gonna turn 1,000 down? You're not even making that on your paycheck. Like, I got 1,000 right now. What's goody? You know what I mean? Like, that was my number. So when he said that, that was a feasible number. It was just like damn, like, you know what I mean? So he like, yeah, bro, like, you can get 500 cash. You can get 500 cash, man. Goddamn. You know what I mean? We straight, bro. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, bro. I was like, what we gonna get? He was like, man, I'm gonna get us a QP, bro. We're gonna get 2 junks a piece. I'm like, man, I thought about it. I'm like, man, 2 zips of the loud pack a piece? I'm like, man, that junk gonna make sense right there. I was like, cause I'm gonna make way more than my $500. I'm like, this ain't nothing but a $500 investment. He like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm like, man, junk crazy, man. He was like, look though, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you though, bro. He was like, for real. He was like, we gotta hurry up and get on this joint. He was like, because if we don't get on this joint, bro, you know what I mean? He said, somebody else gonna try to take the joint. So he was like, I already got my 5, Weezy, man. He said, get your 5 ASAP. So he was like, look, stay the night with the phone, bro. I'm like, shh, all right, man. You know what I mean? So he give me the job. So the whole night that I was in the room, I was trying to run down that 500, you know what I mean? I had 150 on my green dot. I've been using that motherfucker, y'all. That's where I had $150 on that bit. I had $150 on that junk. And then I had a couple $100 on the street, which was $350. You know what I mean? I just needed another 150 game. I hollered at my man, you know what I mean? I had to get my band to play. I'm like, yo, hey, bro, listen, man, I need 500 cash, bro. You know what I mean? Bad. He like, how you gonna get it? I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it through the same way of my homeboy. But I'm like, look, bro, I need you to loan me $200 now. I only needed 150. But the $200 was going to be able to pay the dude $50 that's going to bring the cash back. It was a dude in our block that used to bring the cash back through the VI. That's all he would do, is bring cash back through the VI. Like, you get it to his wife coming through. And like, he treated that like he treated that like he was bringing the pack back, which was simple. And he would bring your cash back. Like, no matter how much cash that he just want $50 to $100, and he rocked with me. So I was like, I'm just going to give him $50 because I needed all what I was going to do. I needed 500. You know what I mean? I got 550 coming, so my man was like, all right, bet. So I'm like, look, though, I got this. I need you to put that with this, bro, and then get with my man people. So he was like, all right, bet. So my man throw me the 200. My man throw me the 200, man. And he got with my man Peoples before the weekend. He went to the VI and bro came back with my 500, y'all. That's my word. He gave me the 500. I was like, yo, look. I told him straight up because he was like, man, that's a little much, Weezy, man. I was like, look. I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I need 500. He was like, what you trying to get a phone? I was like, fuck nah, bro. I was like, look, I'm about to make this play, nigga. I was like, I'm trying to get 2 zips of this loud pack, bro. I said, look, give me a little second though, bro, like 3-4 days or something like that. I said, yo, the $50 you kept, I said, I'm gonna look out, bro. I'm gonna give you another 50. He was like, yeah, give me some of that Lala too. I'm like, I got you. Don't worry about that. He was like, all right, bet. So, know what I mean? So now I got the $500. So I pull up on my man like, yo, I'm straight. You know what I mean? So he was like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So he was like, look, tomorrow when we go outside, you know what I mean? I'm gonna holler at my man and let him know everything good, and we're gonna put this together, bro. It should be straight by next week. So I'm like, that's a bet. When the next day comes, morning wreck. My man go outside, but he come back. When I seen him come back in, he was like, yo, bro, coming out at 2 o'clock. He don't be getting up this early. You know what I mean? My man hollering at a dude that's in 50 building that be staying out the way, that be making plays. You know what I mean? So he was like, dude coming out at 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? So everybody, he came back in. He was like, man, I'm about to go lay it back down. So I'm like, me too, bro. I'm about to hop back in the rack. So we hop back in the rack, chill. And I'm just up watching TV, Dog the Bounty Hunter on A&E, looking at that. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? As I'm chilling, I hear our slider open. When I slide open, I hear a lot of noise coming back in. A whole lot of noise coming back. And I'm talking about like a whole lot of noise. So I'm like, looking, I'm like, so I get up, I'm like, so everybody come back in. Then I look out my window, I see the police on the yard, you know what I mean? And they letting our yard off. I look at the clock. It's not time for them to come back in yet. So when niggas start coming back in, I'm like, yo, what happened? They was like, man, nigga almost got stabbed out that bitch. Nigga from 40 building, got down beefing with the blue team. Nigga got down, pulled the knife out and start chasing the nigga. We like, what? He was like, yeah, police seen his ass and everything. Like, but he was like, man, they think he ducked the knife off over here in 30 building. So they making us coming back in. So we like, what? He was like, they might be shaking down too, Weezy. He gave me the eyeballs like this. They might be shaking down too, Weezy. I'm like, for real? I was like, man, I gotta tell bro. I immediately dip over to bro cell. You know what I mean? Wake him up. He come to do him like, hey, look, bro, they talking about niggas was about to get stabbed on the yard. Niggas slid the knife over the 30 building. They might be coming over this bitch, bro. You need to tighten up. He was like, for real? Like, yeah, bro, you gotta tighten the fuck up. You gotta tighten the fuck up, man. This is my word. Was like, man, that shit crazy. Man, I promise you, man. You know what I mean? So bro, like, damn, they gonna come in this bitch. So prior, we already knew how it was when they looking for a weapon. Like Lawrenceville don't bullshit when they looking for a weapon. It's like Jack Bauer overly do his job. So it isn't a good thing that we hearing right now, y'all. So we like, what the fuck, man? What we gonna fucking do? What we gonna fucking do? He like, man, my homeboy got down across the hall, got the jack. He was like, man, he stuck with it though. He was like, man, he fucking stuck, but he in the honor part. So he was like, man, cause we was about to lock down. Like we already know any minute they about to say lockdown. But he was like, look, I got all this fucking money, bro. What the fuck you want me to do with all this goddamn money? I'm like, man, shit. I was like, man, fuck, man. I was like, man. I looked up and seen Zoe. Zoe was like, he gave me the look like, y'all straight? Y'all straight. So I guess he heard. He was like, y'all straight? I was like, come here, bro. Come here. So he come up the steps. What's up? Oh, hey, look, man. I said, bro, get it to him, bro. Tell him, get it to his cousin. He was like, what is it? I was like, bro, it's a lot of money, bro. He was like, how much money? I said, man, don't fucking worry about it, man. Just know it's some fucking money. I said, tell your cousin we gonna give him $100 when we come off this shit, though. So he was like, all right, give it to me. So my homeboy went to jump, get it to Zoe. You know what I mean? So dip off, went down that way to his cousin's cell. Said something to his cousin. His cousin let him in the cell. He go in the jump. He come back out. Gave us the thumbs up. His cousin, when he leave, his cousin coming out of the cell. His cousin coming out the cell. They coming in out part. Locked down. Everybody locked down. Locked down. Y'all going on lockdown right now. Locked down. Locked down. So everybody just start scattering, locking down. So his cousin come out. His cousin sees. He like, I was like, all right, bro, tighten up, bro. You know what I mean? We had just got that fucking money, man. I'm like, damn, this shit can't be happening like this. So I guess he put the shit in the spot. So they lock us down. They got us in that motherfucker locked down. So at first we can look and see them fucking hitting 31 part. You know what I mean? They hitting 31 part. Goddamn. Next thing you know, they go into the honor part. They don't do a lot of hitting in there. As soon as they was in there, probably like 30 minutes, you hear our back door open. Poosh, they come from the top door. Then you look up the slider door. They come from the bottom. So they come and they hit us at the same time. They start lining niggas up. They just start lining niggas up like a bitch. That's worse. So they got niggas lined up and they got down going to your cell, checking shit. Like, you know what I mean? They doing all type of shit. So we looking at this shit. We like, damn, man, these hot ass niggas got this shit on flames like this. So they motherfucking came and did a lot of shit in everybody's cell. So motherfucking, the nigga get away. The nigga get away with this shit, man. Nigga Jesse get away with this shit. They go to his cell. They fuck with them. They do some old bullshit. He get away with this shit. They come around. They start searching where we was at. They ain't find shit. Those people didn't find a goddamn thing, y'all. So boom. Man, I promise you, man, but we remained on lockdown. we remained on lockdown though, man. Niggas was on the door like, yo, how the fuck we locked down? There's some 40 building nigga shit, and we ain't did shit, and they got us on lockdown. So niggas snapping about that. Now I promise you, man, as niggas snapping, goddamn, all you saw was the goddamn, that little cell by the handicap, the door pop. Psh, I'm on it, everybody's on the fucking door. So I see that jump pop. I look up, I see the nigga Jesse coming down the steps. He like, I was like, hey Jesse! Hey Jesse! Hey Jesse! That man went to the slider, he was like, I was like, yo Jesse! Hey Jesse! Jesse! He was like, and John said, that man walked out the damn door, y'all. So boom! I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck going on? So now it's almost time for dinner. You know what I mean? So the whole time on the door, I look out the window when he left. He walked down the boulevard from like the quick way we come back. He took the short way. He went past, he went to like where the lieutenants and all them be at in that office right there. And he walked past the child hall. He went into the medical building. So I'm like, why the fuck he egged me? The fuck is going on? So why we in that jump? So niggas waiting. We already know we getting close to dinner. He been gone a little minute now, so I ain't trying to overreact, but he went into medical. So next thing you know, you hear, police about to come in here. Police got down, came in the joint. Man, this is my word. Police came in the joint, man. Got down, went straight to that nigga's cell. Man, went straight to that nigga's cell, man. So we don't know what the fuck going on. We just see the white dude in that joint talking to him. You know what I mean? White dude talking to him. White dude talking to him. Niggas packed that nigga shit up. Man, they packed this cousin shit up, man. I promise y'all, they packed the nigga shit up. Took the nigga shit out, man. As soon as they took the nigga shit out, nigga called his roommate, hey, what the fuck happened? He was like, man, nigga said he wanted to go to the hole. That's what happened. He said he wanted to go to the hole. It's like, what? He's like, yeah. So the whole time, I'm just like, I just caught eye contact with the nigga Zoe. I was just like, shh. So goddamn lady said, y'all don't stand by for dinner. Stand by for dinner. Stand by for dinner. She pop out the doors. Everybody come out immediately. I dip out my cell, go around the corner. I get down there to where Jesse's cell used to be at. I get down there to Jesse's cell. I'm like, yo. Hey, yo, let me holler at you right quick. White dude coming to the door. I'm like, what the fuck happened, man? That nigga checked in? He was like, I think so, man. He was like, I was asking him why he wanted to go to the hole, but he just kept saying he was going to the fucking hole. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you know, he had just did his annual review, and they told him he had 11 months left. I was like, nah, I ain't know that. He was like, yeah, he had 11 months left, man. He going next year. I'm like, for real? I was like, why make him want to fucking check in? He was like, I don't know. I was like, bro, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, bro. I said, look, he might got something in that light for us, bro. You know what I mean? I said, goddamn, he might have put something in that light for us, though, bro. He was like, no, he didn't put nothing in the light. I was like, what you mean? He was like, no, he didn't put nothing in the light. He just, that shit y'all gave him, he came back in the room in a frenzy, and he said he was just going to hold this shit. That's what he said. He said he was just going to hold this shit, man. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. He was like, yeah, I promise you. I'm like, man. As we hearing that, you hear a knock at the door. It's Zoe and Matt, both my homeboy and the nigga Zoe. Zoe like, man, what the fuck happened, man? I was like, man, the fuck? Next thing you know, another knock at the door. My homeboy. He's like, yo, what the fuck going on? Where the fuck that nigga Jesse go? I'm like, yo, bro, say word. This nigga checked in, bro. He was like, what? He checked in. What the shit at in the light there? He not, what, he left the key? White dude was like, no, he ain't leave shit with me. I don't have shit to do with, I don't have nothing to do with that shit. He ain't leave nothing with me. So I'm like, so this nigga checked in, man. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga dip with the money, man. I looked at Zoe like, this nigga dip with the money. Zoe was like, I know he ain't do that shit, man. I know he ain't do that dumb ass shit, man. I know he ain't do that dumb ass shit, man. I was like, man. So goddamn, lady said, exit out for child. So we leave out of the white boy cell. We leave out the jump. The whole time we walk to the child, everybody mad. My homeboy like, man, this word, man. Goddamn, I gotta have that nigga, man. That nigga better not, man. That nigga goddamn checking in. What the fuck you gonna do? Keep the money? I'm like, bro, I don't know. When we get down where the child hall was at, where the line was at, we looked up. This nigga was in the mid. He was in the window. He was in the window where I told y'all they keep the intakes and niggas be talking, throwing the gang signs up, trying to see who's who. He was in that fucking window, so he show his face in the window. So we like, oh shit, they like, yo, Jesse right there. I'm like, yo, hey, yo, what's up, bro? I said, man, you gonna, come on, bro. He was like, I was like, you ain't coming back out. He was like, that nigga Zoe walked to the jump. Zoe was like, damn, it's like that, cuz. It's like that, cuz. The nigga was like, he just put his head down on his cousin. I'm like, I'm looking at the nigga, my homeboy, like, yo, you a bitch, man. You a fucking bitch. That nigga was like, basically like, yeah, I am a bitch. He was like, nigga was like, see, I was like, y'all go ahead. Y'all go back in the jump. We was like, damn, we getting a child. We like, man, this nigga bucked on $1,000. Zoe was like, it was 1,000. I was like, bro, it was $1,000 fucking dollars, bro. And we was about to get this play, man. I was like, shh. Man, this shit crazy. I ain't even got no appetite. I threw my tray. I dipped back to the building. My word, I get back to the building. Goddamn, my homeboy in the jump. My homeboy Matt pull up first. My homeboy Matt was like, yo, man, that shit fucked up, Weezy, man. He was like, man, for some reason, I had a bad feeling about that nigga, man. But, like, when he came through on that big shakedown, though, bro, I thought, you know what I mean? He was official. I was like, shh. That shit crazy, man. Look, that Zoe go straight to his cell. He was like, look at this dumbass nigga. This word, I seen my homeboy looked at me. I just worried my homeboy wasn't even back yet. Me and my homeboy Matt. I was like, man, come on, bro. He was like, what? I was like, I'm going to your cell, bro. We walked over that nigga's cell. This word opened the door. Goddamn, I'm like, damn, Zoe, what type of time your homeboy? I said, what type of time your cousin on, bro? He was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm like, damn, you vouch for that nigga though, bro. That nigga just bucked on our dumb ass, man. He was like, yeah, that shit fucked up, man. I was like, boom, this is where I hit his ass. I rocked this dumb ass, but I ain't rock him like in his eye, or I rocked him like on the side of his head. Bah! Caught his dumb ass. Boom! He fall off the little bed. He was like, when he fall off the bed, my homeboy caught him. Boom! He ball up and hit the ground. When he hit the ground, we just start kicking that nigga ass. Fuck, nigga. Introduce that nigga to my feet. Motherfucker. Fuck around with y'all. That nigga was just on ball up mission. Man, we fucked him up. He was just on ball up mission, man. We was stumping his brains out, man. He sat there and took that though, man, because I really think that he really knew that this falls on him. This is his fault, right? I really felt like he knew this was his fault right here, y'all. He really knew this was his fucking fault, man. So after we did that shit, man, I promise you, I stood there, I was tired as a motherfucker. His own roommate goddamn banked his ass. So we standing there, he get up off the ground, he like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I deserve that shit, man. I could have fucked y'all niggas back, man. I deserve that shit, man. I was about to hit his ass again. I caught myself, I was like, the fuck, that's not gonna bring the money back, man. I'm like, shh. He was like, man, y'all got it though, man, but I deserve that shit, man. I deserve it. I said, bro, you vouch for that nigga, bro. This nigga just bucked on us for nothing, bro. I said, we ain't even do nothing to this nigga. He was like, man, shh, I ain't got no answer for it, man. I was like, this shit crazy, man. So I dip out, you know what I mean? I leave. Goddamn, Matt staying there. I don't know what him and Matt talked about. They sellers. You know what I mean? As I'm coming out to jump, my homeboy see me. He see I'm sweating and shit. He like, what happened? I was like, and we just banked the nigga Zoe, bro. He was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Man, fuck that shit. I was like, no, I tried to grab his arm. Bro, goddamn, just went in the jump, man. Bro went in that bitch and beat the living shit out of Zoe. Now, we ain't do that. You know what I mean? We ain't do that, but he went in that motherfucker and put work in on Zoe, man. That nigga was mad as a motherfucker, man. I promise you, man. He ain't really fuck him up too crazy, but he beat Zoe ass. He beat Zoe ass, man. Zoe didn't check in. Zoe didn't do none of that shit, man. That's how we really know he didn't have shit to do with it, man. But his cousin stayed in the motherfucking hole with the money. We don't know how he was going to get away with it. We don't know how he was going to take it with him. We don't know none of this shit, man. But this man went through all of that, getting his cousin ass whooped for $1,000, man. He about to go home, man. That going to show you how cruddy and petty niggas is, man. Niggas is petty as a bitch, man. But he vouched for that nigga. He vouched for that nigga. That's a different vouch from when I vouched for the nigga about the commissary. That was different, goddamn it. This nigga stole $1,000. Shit was crazy, man. But that nigga, he got that though, man. He got that, man. He got away with that shit. That nigga probably on the street. If I see him anywhere in the mall, I gotta really like tell myself I'm not punching him in his goddamn face, because he is from Tidewater. But at the end of the day, he got that though, man. He got that, man. He got that shit, man. Zoe never told. Like, I would still talk to Zoe. I stayed to talk to Zoe all the way up until they moved me back to the new 60 building, which was the old San Francisco. Like, after that, I ain't really talked to him no more after that, man. But like Matt, everybody was pissed about that shit, man. Everybody was pissed about that shit. But his cousin got us though, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story though, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, period. But y'all already know what I need y'all to do with this one. Like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.